Well, for the fourth time this season, Lahore fans sold out Gaddafi Stadium and their hometown heroes didn't disappoint. A huge congratulations to Lahore Qalandars beating the Multan Sultans by 21 runs, leaving them undefeated at home. And most importantly, they're now sitting pretty at the top of the HBL PSL points table. Yes, they've qualified for the playoffs with this emphatic win over the Multan Sultans today. They won the toss and opted to bat first at Qalandars, piling on 180, largely due to that healthy middle order partnership of Abdullah Shafiq and Sam Billings. The Sultans bowlers were a little loose for their execution tonight, giving away over 2 overs worth of extras. 7 bowlers used once to give a Pollard the pick at 2 for 16, and in reply, well, the Sultans never really seemed to get going with that opening partnership of Shah Masood and Mohammad Rizwan. Once that was broken, it was all downhill from there, really, and Rashid Khan was at his destructive best, 3 for 15. Massive win for Lahore Qalandars, which of course makes sure that they qualify for the playoffs, which is very exciting news for Amandi's joined us in the studio, David Visa, alongside Mark Butcher and I. How good is it to know so early ahead of time that you've now secured a place in the finals?
It's fantastic to have a little bit of breathing space now. Obviously, first job is to make the playoffs, but then it's also, to qualify top 2 is also just as important, because then you almost get a second bite at it if things do go bad in the one game. So, we've been playing good cricket at the moment, but we know the job's not done yet.
Yeah, plenty to play for, obviously. In terms of how the rest of the season will play out then, kind of saw a few different, changes in the bowling unit. You bowled Talat at the end as well, just to give him a little bit of a chance with the ball. Do you think that's something that you guys will look to sort of play around with, or is it full steam ahead, not changing the team now that you've settled on that playing 11 and trying to build momentum towards the final?
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance, because you want to give guys opportunity once you've done all the hard work to qualify. You never know what happens in those playoff games. Somebody might go down, and then you need someone there that they can step up. But also, that word momentum that you use there, you don't want to lose that. And it's so vital going into the final stages of a competition to keep that momentum. So it's definitely a balancing act that you need to get right.
You guys have not changed the team in 4 games. Yeah, I mean, that's wonderful, isn't it, when you can go out as a settled side in T20 cricket. Also been quite important that you've set totals, you put totals on the board and then allowed your strong bowling attack to defend it. Does that give the batters extra confidence, the fact that you know that you can probably get away with par or just less than par, and the bowlers will be there to bail you out if it goes wrong?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've kind of gone against the grain this year. If you think back in the years of the PSL, it's always been a case of win the toss, bowl first and chase it down with the dew. But we know that our strength is probably our bowling attack this year, and we've got guys who can really execute their skills well. So we've decided to opt with that and back our bowlers, and just let the batters go there, play with that freedom, and get a score on the board for us, and then the bowlers can come through and execute that. And the batters have been doing a beautiful job for us so far.
Brilliant fielding unit as well. I mean, it's been an area of the competition actually we've sort of highlighted at times as not being perhaps the sharpest, but you guys look to be a pretty good team out there in the field. Yeah,
we've got 1 or 2 tricks in the change room, a little bit of fun and games that we challenge each other in the fielding. We've got little rewards that best fielder of the day gets a little gift and everything, which just adds to a little bit of team spirit, and the guys are really taking that on board, and it's become a bit of a competition now to see who is the best fielder of the day, and I think that's a fantastic attitude to have out there in the field.
So who won today?
We haven't said anything yet. It's usually after the game we'll go and we'll get together and we'll acknowledge all the achievements of the day, and then the fielding coach and the management will say who they feel was the best fielder or had the biggest impact in the game.
I think Haris Rauf might put his hand up for that, wouldn't he? And tell everyone else about it by the looks of it.
He puts his hand up every single time. There's a couple of guys who think they deserve it every single time out there. But like you said, I think anybody could get it tonight. With fantastic fielding effort out there and the energy out there. After the first couple of games, we were late and we got punished for that. So the guys really put effort into hustle about, and the energy has been amazing.
In terms of why you've been so successful, I spoke to Aqib Javed after one of the games, and Sikandar Raza said what he loves about Qalandars is that it becomes so clear what my role is within the team, and I feel like I'm supported and I'm given the opportunity in order to click and to find my groove. Is that sort of what it feels like to be a Qalandar? It seems like, as Butch was saying, we've seen the same team for 4 games in a row now. Does it feel like they truly back you and believe in your ability and how much confidence that gives you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've been there for 5 years now, and every single time I come back here, I feel like they've just got 100% backing me all the way, regardless of how it goes. And that's credit to the management. They've created this culture in the team where everybody's just comfortable with what they have to do, and they realize that if they just do their job well, it's going to end up well for us. And not a lot of big superstars, but everybody goes and does their job, and everybody knows what they need to do, and they're just genuinely happy if somebody has a good night out.
What about your role then? I mean, Morshed. I think I've got to be careful when I say that word, but you're sort of the Yoda of the group now. The old hand, the wise, all-seeing eye. You have a really important role to play with the ball yourself, as being sort of like one of the guys who pins things down in the middle order. But what is the magic of being a Callander? Your record here at home, you're playing great cricket together as a unit. You're led by a young captain. What's the sort of secret to it all?
Yeah, I think you first of all can't look too far for the support that we get here at home. That just lifts us a little extra 10% when the crowd's behind you like that. We've had 4 sold-out games now, which is amazing. So the atmosphere here is first of all unbelievable, and then it's just Shaheen as a captain. He gives guys freedom to express themselves. He never tells you to go into your shell or anything. He says just to back your skills the whole time, and he's got such a good instinct in the game also. So 9 out of 10 times he makes the right call out there, and the guys just back him as a captain, and he backs his players 100%. Even we saw the last game, we were in a bit of trouble, and he stepped out there, number 6, and just took the bit between his teeth. And that's the type of person that he is, and the guys ready to respond to a captain like that. So he's been phenomenal since he's taken over.
And could he captain Pakistan one day, do you think?
Yeah, I think 100%. He's shown over the last 2 years that his leadership skills is unbelievable. He keeps his players calm. He, tactically he's very good, and he's just got a nice, calm, level head on him. I can definitely see him captaining Pakistan over the next couple of years.
He certainly is an exciting prospect for Pakistan cricket, and obviously for Lahore Qalandars as well. And to think of the turnaround that we've seen in the team. For so many years, it was kind of like, oh, Lahore, like they're always towards the bottom. And here you are, you've won the title, and you've come out absolutely swinging from game one, really. You've won 6 out of 7 games. It's just a complete turn of the tide. What do you put that down to, considering you've been around for 5 years to have seen the progression?
I think it's just, the faith that the management has put into us. Because if I have to think back to a couple of years ago when we were finishing bottom of the table, we kind of still had the same core team around there. It was just young guys that were still learning, guys coming through the PDP. Harish Ralph was only, fresh into proper cricket, coming from tape ball, and Shaheen was still young back then. And they've always just had the faith in the players that they've chosen, and they've kind of stuck with that. And like you said, we've had continuity over the last couple of years where we've had the core of our 8 players that we've retained the whole time. And then it helps when you have someone like Rashid Khan coming in also and can turn the game on its head like that. But I just think the faith that the management has shown over the past years, through the good and bad, that's just built the culture that we have in the Qalandars at this stage.
And 4 days off for you guys now as well. What is rest and rehabilitation and travelling to Pindi as well? Are you laughing?
Well, the R&R didn't do Molten Sultans any good, did it, tonight? They had 6 days off.
4 days versus 6. 6 is obviously, 4 is the sweet spot.
4 is good.
But, you were saying, we've played a lot of cricket. I'm sure you know what's best for your body and how you'll be recouping. But, yeah, what do 4 days off look like for you?
Yeah, it'll definitely be nice to have a day off, even though that day off will be a travel day, flying up to Pindi, and then we'll probably have a training session up there, and then it's a day game again. So, not too much time off, but it is enough just to rest that body, but not to lose the momentum of it. So, 1 or 2 days to chill, sit by the pool, just get your feet up, and then back to business again.
Oh, so exciting. It's 10 games before we get to the finals. It can feel like a long tournament in some ways, but for you guys, you've really made Gaddafi Stadium your fortress, and that's so important. We've seen what's happened with Karachi Kings. They started off at the very beginning at home, and unfortunately they couldn't capitalise on that home ground advantage. The Sultans have been great. We've seen them start to slip now that they've left home, unfortunately, but you guys have found your playing 11 and that click, and now you've really sort of cemented that position by winning at home. How great has the crowd been at Gaddafi, and does feel like they're the 12th man, doesn't it, for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. 25, 30,000 screaming fans. It's got to be intimidating for the opposition. So, they've been, like I said, they've been fantastic the entire season for us. And I'm pretty sure, all the other games we're going to play, it's also going to be sold out. And, that's what you want from your home field. You want to create a bit of a fortress. You want guys to come here and know it's going to be difficult to win a game against you on your home field. And, the conditions, you're used to it. You know how to play. You know how to win in your home conditions. And, that already gives you that extra 5-10% against opposition before you even step out on the park.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time and your insight. We so appreciate getting to chat to you. One of the stalwarts of Lahore Qalandars, David Wiese. You were great again tonight, and we've loved your company.
Thank you.